let's talk about some famous people and just make sure people can kind of connect the dots. And so Trump. So what selling style or influential style would you say Trump is?
I think he is, I would say that he's a leader. He has a vision, he has a plan of how he's going to do it, and he is very authoritative in that.
Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to ask ChatGPT. I actually created a little project in ChatGPT. I created a little prompt in here. So we programmed ChatGPT to understand the 3 selling styles. We created its own little world here. So we've created. So now we're gonna ask it. We're gonna ask it these different things. Okay.
You do know that as you do this into ChatGPT, I will be grading ChatGPT on how close it answers to me. I will not be grading myself.
Okay. Let's see.
On what ChatGPT says.
What is the selling style of Trump? And so again,
wait. You have to say something too. Do you agree with me?
No, I agree with you. Okay. Well, yeah, I would say he's definitely a leader. And I would say he definitely says some very provocative things, and he's very much into protecting people from the government and kind of overstep. And so I would definitely say that he.
So what we're both saying is that we would not put his as empathy and servant.
No. We definitely know he's not a servant. He's not. He definitely doesn't have that selling style in him, or he's like me. He has to really pay attention to that.
Well, I think he has it. I just think
yes,
right.
It's very dormant. It's very dormant. So again, we're talking about dominant selling styles versus dormant. So each of these 3 selling styles are in each of us. So again, I have empathy in me. I just have to cultivate it. It's like going to the gym and doing leg day. Most people don't want to do leg day, and so their legs get dormant. But if you keep working your legs out, then they'll be stronger. So if you have a selling style that's dormant, it's like your legs that you don't work out. You gotta work them out.
So would you think that a salesperson, they're going to work out, they're going to grow up in the selling style of the manager? Like, will the manager have influence over them? Will the company, like, are there certain industries or companies that are going to create more leader salespeople, some that will create more protector, and some that will create more servant? It's like a nature versus nurture sales baby scenario.
Yeah, I've never thought about that until now. I think there's a lot of truth in that. I definitely think that a lot of, yes, I think managers 100%. So we're going to learn a lot through the training manual of the company, as well as kind of observing the selling style of the person, and then as well as the different sales trainers that are out there. So for example, there's a lot of kind of relationship oriented sales training out there that's going to be pushing a lot of the servant selling style, and so if a person's kind of only selling that way, well, then again, you're missing 2/3 of the prospect population right now. Or if you're the challenger, again, the great thing about the challenger is it's very protector like, which I like because that's me. But the downside of the challenger is that it's very kind of off-putting for a lot of customers, because again, it doesn't really have a lot of empathy. It doesn't know empathy actually in the challenger methodology, and it doesn't really create order. It's if you read anything about the challenger, it's about just go in there and start kind of pissing people off. So it's like about being super provocative and disrupting patterns, and which again from NLP is great, and that is definitely a way to go about it. But it needs to be balanced. If the challenger could balance the concept with the servant and with the leadership selling style, then again, it would create a more well-rounded selling system, which is called warrior selling, by the way. So that's what we've done with create all 3 selling styles in one methodology.
Yeah, and I think we really thought about that with our clients that had been with Challenger in the past, and they moved over to warrior selling, and they were like, wow, this is everything we liked about Challenger, except for we don't feel like jerks all the time. I was like, oh, okay, can we use that as an advertisement? Like that's this new tagline, like the dominance or the directness of Challenger without being a jerk. Warrior selling. There we go. That's my advertising degree for you right there.
I love it. Okay, so here's what ChatGPT says. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So ChatGPT says the primary style of Trump is the protector, and the secondary style of Trump is the leader.
Interesting.
So that's interesting. So
ChatGPT is so close on being correct.
So it says here, Trump uses language that highlights external risk and positions himself as the one who will protect and fight. I mean, he has that incredible picture that made Time magazine of him obviously staying up when he got shot and just immediately raising his fist up and saying he's going to fight. He builds trust by acknowledging fears and framing himself as the solution. His secondary style as a leader, it says Trump reinforces his authority, vision, and ability to get results, presenting himself as a confident, decisive guide. It's very interesting. Very interesting. So this is interesting too. It says the combination resonates with audiences who seek reassurance, safety, and bold leadership, which are hallmarks of both the protector and leadership styles, which is very fascinating because he just got elected. He just got elected, and that does say it's an interesting concept. Not saying who we voted for, but it's interesting to say that's where America was, I guess, at the time, right? At the time that they voted for Trump, they were looking for reassurance, safety, and bold leadership. That's what they were looking for. I think that's
truth. I mean, I see that on the truth. People are very tired of being lied to.
They want the truth. Yeah, they want the truth. So let's look up what is the selling style of Kamala. What do you think about that? What would you guess?
Servant.
Let's see what it says. Okay, this is interesting. So, and I didn't do my own, so I already saw the answer here. Okay, so so hers is interesting. So she actually is the protector servant.
Ugh, false.
That's what.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
So,
because I don't see the protector, but I do. I mean, her language style to me is about like who she's helping, who she wants to help, and who is being oppressed that she wants to not be oppressed. That empathy side of it, I think, is the language pattern of her script writers.
Got it. So you don't think that's really her? You think that's her script writers?
Well, I don't know that anybody knows her, but
got it. So,
and I would say that for most politicians except for Trump. I mean, I think he's not wrangled in, so whatever he says is his.
Yeah.
For most other politicians, whatever they say is their scriptwriter's thoughts.
Yeah, which we can speak for, because again, both our backgrounds are in neurolinguistic programming, which is the governing body of hypnotherapy and advertising and ad copy and of course
script writers.
So both of us, for example, if this gig that we have owning a training recruiting company doesn't work out, then we could get hired by politicians to write scripts that they read off a teleprompter that has the greatest probability of influencing their constituents, their audience, right? Okay. So, but it does say, this was interesting. It says that the combination, because I think what's interesting is the combination of the two.
Which is a cop-out, because the answer is which is their dominant. That's why ChatGPT just failed at this one. What is the dominant? And so ChatGPT gave you 2 back, which is, again, why I win. 2 points Mary, 0 points ChatGPT.
Got it. So it does say, though, the protector, because she fights for justice, addresses, again, this is, regardless of what we believe is true or not, right? It says fights for justice, addresses risk, protects the well-being for her audience. And that is her campaign. I mean, that's technically true. We don't know if that's what she actually believes. There's authenticity in that. But that is what her campaign is to do that. And their secondary style is aligns with the needs of the people, and it's about empathy, listening, commitment for the greater good, right? So that's it. Okay, so let's do another one.
Okay.
So who's someone you want to do? Who's someone comes up? How about How about MrBeast? Let's see. What is the selling style of Mr.
I don't know that I can answer this one, because I think I've seen like 2. I mean, I'm not 14, so I've seen maybe 2 MrBeast videos in my life. So I have no idea.
I'm gonna say leader. We'll see. Survey says, servant. Interesting. So his primary selling style is servant. His videos focuses on selflessness. He's all about understanding the customer. For example, is giving away $1 million for people who are in need. He literally uses language that says, like, I want to help as many people as I can, which is really interesting. And he's very audience centric in his approach. And of course, he has this secondary style of leader, which is all about revolutionizing YouTube content, solving big problems like food insecurity. He has this philanthropy that he pushes constantly about planting 20 million trees and setting trends and But anyway, so that's the combination of the servant style, and then secondary is the leader. And it says it makes him one of the most trusted, admired, influential figures in the creator space. There you go. Yeah. Maintaining a humble, service-first mindset. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, the goal, right? The goal is to be balanced in all three. The goal is, how can I have a fully developed leader, a fully developed protector, and a fully developed servant? And so I was thinking about this earlier today, is like, who is somebody that has all of them developed? I'd be interested. I mean, can you think of anybody that you would say, like, they have all of them?
Jesus.
Okay, yes.
Yes, I'm calling the Jesus card on that one. That's the one. He won.
Okay. Yes. Leader, servant, protector. Yes. Okay. Well, now it's like hard to say anybody else, because now you're putting him on the same like level as Jesus.
Okay. Well, so if you're not, besides Jesus as a God, as a normal mortal human, who would you say is close to balancing all three?
So who I was thinking about as a balance of all three, I was thinking Rip.
From Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Okay. So at first I was like, who is Rip? And then I was like,
you know who Rip is.
Well, I did, but I was thinking in our universe that we're in right now.
Well, I mean, the universe that I live in most of the time is Yellowstone.
Got it.
And the worlds of Taylor Sheridan is a lot of where I am. But I was thinking about that because I was thinking, like, who is somebody that people are drawn to? And I mean, so if you look out, right, the amount of memes and things of the attraction to Rip, and I think part of that is because he is showing this balance of all three of them. And so men, women, children, pets, horses, everyone is attracted to that because he has all three. I mean, he has direction, the step-by-step how to do it, and people follow him, right, in the show. He is clearly a protector, right? I mean, anytime somebody is getting hurt, something's happening to them, you're just waiting for the moment that Rip comes in, and he's going to take him to the train station. That's what a protector does. And then the servant side of, he cares about the people, that he cares about his cowboys. He cares about his wife. He cares about the family. And also the servant of, he can do all the things. He's not the leader. He's not somebody that just kind of barks the orders at people. He will get in and do it. He can do all of the activities. And so for those three, I think he's really well balanced. And that's why he's become such a popular character.
You're right. I mean, and yeah, I don't want to give away too much on even the last episode.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Second last episode, but you're right. I mean, he had tremendous empathy. He had tremendous empathy in that episode. You're right. I think that's.
And I think you can see it through the entire series,
sure,
though,
yeah,
that these levels of him really feeling for people and doing what's right for them, even if it wasn't the easiest thing for him to do. If it was better for somebody else, then he was willing to do that.
Interesting.